Well, Police Minister Bheki Cele has just released the third quarter crime statistics from October 2022 to December 2022. The statistics show an increase in various categories of contact crime, including murder. SABC News Parliamentary reporter Lulama, Matya and video journalist Tsolo are covering the story for us. Lulama, good morning to you. So what are we expecting to hear from the Minister today, and really what are we hearing or seeing rather from what those statistics are looking like already?
Good morning, Naledi and the viewers. This morning, the Minister briefed the Portfolio Committee on Police, and then later on at 12 o'clock, he's going to go and brief the media on the crime statistics that have been released. As you've correctly said in the intro, Naledi, it's the period from October 2022 to December 2022. They are not only indicating an increase in murder, but also for sexual offences, there is an increase. And if we are talking about sexual offences, that's where rape it fits in. And they indicate that when it comes to rape, these rapes happened, most of them happened at residential places. And the minister there is saying that that is a cause for concern, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done around that. But of course, Naledi, he's going to come again back to the committee on Wednesday to discuss more about this matter. Today, it was just a brief detail. Secondly, attempted murder has increased. Assault with intent to do grievous bodily harm has increased. Common assault, common robbery, there's also an increase there. In overall, on these conduct crimes, there is an increase of about 184,000 compared to the previous quarters. The stats also indicate an increase of one murder in police murders. For the first time, there was also statistics on mass killings or mass murders, where the Eastern Cape and Gauteng are topping the list. Viewers will remember that in the Eastern Cape last year, there was a mass killing where in a home that had a bereavement, whereby the robbers were alleged to have stormed the house looking for money that was going to be paid out towards the burial. And also in Gauteng, viewers will remember that there were bodies that were discovered in Gauteng in a house. So those are mass killings that now have been included in these statistics. And the minister as well, although he was not into details, Naledi, as I've said earlier, he was just brief, and committee members expressing concern about this, saying that there's something needs to be done to arrest these matters, because some of these mass murders are for gangs, and committee members are saying police cannot allow gangs to rule. If gangs are known, they must be infiltrated and they must be dealt with. Naledi.
I'm just looking at the numbers here, Lulama. I mean, they're quite concerning, showing that 7,555 people were killed in South Africa between October 2022 and December last year, and that's in comparison to 6,859. So we certainly aren't bringing these numbers down as we look at the changes quarter to quarter. Attempted murders also on the rise, 7,016 cases reflected. That there being in the last 3 months of 2022. So some really concerning numbers. Any sort of progress that we're hearing, and I know that you did say that the minister wasn't, and the release itself didn't go into a lot of detail, but any plans on recommendations of how SAPS is really trying to deal with these increasing numbers of crime?
Naledi, let me talk about murder. Most of these murder cases are due to shootings, which is there was a gun involved. Second of that is knife. So the minister was saying that there needs to be education. People need to be educated about these things, because he says if they are not using a gun, they are using a knife. If they are not using a knife, they will find other weapons to commit these murders. So he's saying that there needs to be education around that, because people will still find something to commit murder. Yes, he's saying that on murders, there are about more than 3,000 murders, but he is saying that it does not mean that there were 3,000 guns used. It could have been one gun is used for multiple murders, same as the knife. But on recommendations, Naledi going forward to arrest these matters, he's saying that education is key. People need to be educated around these matters.
Yeah, Lulama, thank you so much for speaking to us. That there is our reporter bringing us some of the latest on the crime stats.